Day 2, and I'm live today. So I hope some of you guys can pick it up live. I'm going to apologize now because I had caffeine today, so I may talk really fast. But the thought I woke up with today was decisions and choices. And what's the difference behind them, and what is the energy behind them? And it was kind of a weird thing to wake up with. So I figured, that's probably got to be my topic. So we all have choices. We have choices about what we're going to wear today. We have choices about what we're going to eat, where we're going to go, those simple choices. And then we also make decisions every day. So what is the difference? Are they the same? I personally think there's a little bit of an energy difference between them. We all have choices. I can tell you from myself, when I moved from New Jersey to New York, I had choices. I could have gone back to Pennsylvania because I was kind of doing this New Jersey, New York, or New Jersey, Pennsylvania cycle over and over again. And it was like 1996, and I was like, you know what? I need a change. And I had all these different choices ahead of me. And all of a sudden, New York was one of my choices. So I thought about it, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go. So I made a decision. And I moved to New York, not knowing anybody really, in 96. And it was almost like my life finally started. It was incredible. I found my home. And that kind of gives you a little bit of an idea of the energy behind things, because we all have choices, but not every one of those choices is the best thing. If I would have chosen to go back to Pennsylvania, I probably would have had a hard time finding a job. I probably would have I would just been stuck in that same cycle over and over again, and I wouldn't be starting something new. So I decided New York, and it changed my life. And, it's like we have these things that come to us all the time, and I think the energy behind the choices, and then the energy behind choosing those choices, is a little bit different than making a decision. The decision to me it's like, it's a done deal. I am doing it. I'm going to get there, and I'm going to just take a leap and jump off that cliff. And, you just kind of hope that the parachute opens. And it's a completely different energy to me. So, I also, being at my great uncle's funeral yesterday, he had choices too. And then he made a decision, and his decision was a life of service after struggles and stuff like that. And that's kind of also where I'm at. I've decided that it is my time to be of service to this planet and to those around me. And I can't tell you how much that fills my heart. I'm drinking water today. That's a choice. But there's nothing really, substance. There's substance in decisions. And it's amazing how when we take our choices and we kind of weigh them out and we make a decision, how our lives can just completely transform. And life can be just, I don't know. It's just so hard for me to explain, because it's just one of those concepts that just boggle my mind, choices and decisions. When it comes to like health, you choose, okay, well, I have this thing to do. I had this thing to do. Well, you know what? I'm going to decide right now that being unhealthy is just not acceptable. So I'm going to decide, and I'm going to go. And I see so many people joining. Thank you so much. We go through life, and we're always presented with lots of different choices. And every path that each choice is connected with, not necessarily a bad path, it just might be, okay, path number 1 or choice number 1 is going to take me a little bit longer to get to my destination than possibly choice number 3. And then it comes to the energy aspect. What feels better? What feels what has a better vibration and what aligns with your highest good. And that's where the decision comes in. We can decide to, take this longer road, and it's not a wrong road. It's not a wrong choice. It's just a choice that will take you a little bit longer to get to where you want to be in the first place. So, that was my thought. I don't know if this is going to resonate with you. I mean, it popped into my head as soon as I woke up for a reason. So, I hope, it resonates with you and you can get some value out of it. I just know in my life, when I've been presented with choices, I kind of follow the energy and follow where my heart wants to go and what feels more in alignment to myself. And it took me a long time to get there. I made a lot of, choices that were not in my best interest at the time, but they still got me to where I needed to do. And as I was saying yesterday with the challenges video, every single thing that comes into our lives is coming into our lives as a lesson. And it doesn't matter what it is. Like I moved to Pennsylvania once around 91, and it was probably one of the hardest times of my life. My life was threatened. I, had people around me that were not good for me. They were not in my highest interest. And, it was scary. And it took me a long time to get my strength together, my courage together to say, you know what, I'm done. And that's when I called my grandma and said, Grandma, I got to come back to New Jersey. And it kind of went. So I made the choice to move to Pennsylvania in 91. It ended up not being the best choice, but it still facilitated on me in my journey to get to where I wanted to go and where I eventually ended up. And, luckily Grandma took me in 91 and my life started to change. So it was a lesson. And it was also, I don't regret that time period in my life when I was back in Pennsylvania in 91, but I do appreciate the things that I learned in that moment. I made that choice, wasn't the best, but they gave me the lessons. And as I said yesterday, I don't believe in coincidences. Things happen for a reason. I made that choice for a reason. And maybe, I could have thought about it a little bit more instead of just jumping off the cliff and, hoping and having a shoddy parachute. But at least I got to the bottom and I was able to leap again. And so that's my thought for today. I hope, some of you guys can take it and hopefully tomorrow I can come with something else that's interesting. And I'd like to hear what are some of the choices that you made. Did you have you had situations like I have where you made a choice or you had presented with choices and then you felt the energy of one of those choices and then you made the decision that this is where you're going to go, and had that energy of determination? So I guess that's what it means to me. Decisions, there's a level of that energetic level of a determination. Choosing to do something, that can be considered a decision, but not everything you choose will carry that same energy. So, excuse me. So that's, I guess that's my thought for today. That is the Victoria Words of Wisdom for today. So hopefully I will see you tomorrow inside Facebook. And if you haven't already and you're interested in spirituality and empowerment and having a nice little community where you can be supported and have a positive, join my group. If you look down on a couple of the other videos, there's links to my group. It's called Become Your Best Self and Transform Your Life. I'd love to have you. It's a wonderful community. We have great people from all over the world, and we like to share and support. And so it's a really great thing. So Become Your Best Self and Transform Your Life Facebook group. I'll put a link in the comments, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.